this is our Friday regular visit with a guy who knows the world of music, of streaming, of film. He knows subtitled movies. He knows Marvel movies. He knows all of these wondrous worlds that entertain us. He comes and goes on a rainbow. He's the brilliant culture blaster, Michael Snyder. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Mark. It's the Three Musketeers here at the show. Mark and Kim, and of course, Albert. I'm happy whenever I deal with you guys, but I'm a little disappointed after the Johnny Carson expert earlier that you didn't introduce me by saying, here's Mikey.
It's nice that you watch the show, Michael.
You could have done that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm relieved that those craven right-wing loons, the Ellisons, who have clamped down on anything progressive or liberal on Paramount or CBS since getting a controlling interest there, are being blocked from acquiring Warner Discovery. Netflix is definitely a better destination for Warner's, but if you think that unregulated mergers and acquisitions are good for the culture and the country, I have a Venezuelan fishing boat that I'd like to sell you.
Yeah, no, it's not a good thing, but you're right. In terms of the public discourse, it's probably best the way it went down, but it's going to have a pretty dramatic effect on your world, which is theater exhibitors who are going to be undercut by this.
Absolutely true, and that's why I wanted to deal with it there. And since I am in, the entertainment capital of the world, and I do want to lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah?
I know our relentlessly evil administration has control of America, and they're tightening their grip on our once great nation, but Christmas lights are illuminating the Los Angeles Metroplex from the tree on top of the Capitol Records Tower on Vine Street to the sparkling decorations on the Paramount lot that are visible as you drive by the historic Melrose Gate that we've seen in many, many movies and TV shows. There are dazzling Mickey Mouse-shaped wreaths on the Disney lot in Burbank. I was there a few days ago. Exciting. And I'm just grateful they finally ended the annual elf sacrifice at the foot of the Hollywood sign.
What?
I heard they're replacing that with the stoning of a fired studio executive, but that's just a rumor.
Oh, my God. That is...
God bless America.
Speaking of abominations, let's kick things off on the movie review side with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So... Mark, the concept of audio animatronics gone sentient, or at very least used to kill people, it's kind of a good one. Not that I would actually want to do that myself. I guess the idea of an abandoned, haunted, knockoff Chuck E. Cheese restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that features an evil Country Bear Jamboree robot band isn't a terrible twist in that regard. And those things are the essence of Five Nights at Freddy's, which was a wacky and successful 2023 horror movie based on a video game. But, the elaborate backstory behind the sequel, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, with a twisted inventor, a deadly family legacy of psychosis, dead kitty victims coming back as ghosts, all that is so convoluted and made even more so by at least one other defunct and rundown Freddy Fazbear franchise, the introduction of a weird marionette robot that can magically take over and transform unfortunate people in its way, some TikTok paranormal investigators, and a local Freddy Faz Fest that they're going to have in the town where all this nightmarish stuff went down in the first film. Most, if not all of this is addled, even more so than in the first movie. It's obviously and clumsily scripted, in need of too much, what we like to call hand-wavium to make any kind of sense. The world building is as clunky as a bunch of broken robo mascots that come to life at one point in the movie when the plot, such as it is, requires it. When you figure out the who, when, and how of a mecha killing a scene before it happens, this ain't no Sam Raimi movie. I would venture that most of the blame here could be assigned to Scott Cawthon, the creator of the Freddy's game, who co-wrote the screenplay. And while he may know how to come up with video game creatures, he doesn't know how to fashion a human character or make them interact in any sort of realistic way within the context of this relentlessly silly situation. It's directed by the same director who did the first one, Emma Tammy. It's so great when woman directors are given the chance to do crappy work, the same as male directors. I'm really delighted about that. And there are returning actors like Josh Hutcherson, who is our nominal male lead, a young man whose little sister is entranced by these mechas, these audio animatronics. Elizabeth Lale, who's kind of related to the creator of the robo creatures. And you know what? Wayne Knight, the beloved Wayne Knight from Seinfeld and many other famous TV and
he
film
cashes
properties.
a check in this one too.
Yeah, he plays the local teacher, and as soon as he shows up, I'm thinking like, "You're a goner, man." I just knew it instinctively, and I'm sorry, spoiler alert. And one more note: McKenna Grace, a young actress who's on the rise and doing great work, was apparently contracted to be in this movie, and she does her filmography no good by being in this thing. Matthew Lillard is back in a cameo. He was in the first film.
Michael, you hated it. Let's move on.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Merrily We Roll Along, how appropriate, is a film of the recent and acclaimed 2023-2024 Broadway revival of one of Stephen Sondheim's less renowned musicals. I believe it debuted in 1981, and this tells the story of three friends, a composer, a lyricist, and a playwright. A composer, a lyricist and playwright, and a writer. Those are the three folks coming together and falling apart. Their friendship, goes to hell. But in any case, the story of their ill-fated 3-decade friendship is told in reverse in the manner of Harold Pinter's play and movie Betrayal, and kind of like the Christopher Nolan film Memento. Mm-hmm. And of course, the difference is this is done with numerous songs, one of maybe two, which may linger, although none of them are at the level of Sondheim's immortal Send in the Clowns. As a document of the revival, directed by Maria Friedman, scored by Sondheim, and scripted by George Furth, it features the three leads from that acclaimed run: Broadway superstar Jonathan Groff as the lionized composer Franklin, Daniel Radcliffe, that's right, Harry Potter himself, singing and dancing in pretty fine fiddle.
Well, he's a real Broadway actor, and West End actor.
He plays obsessive playwright Charlie, and the bubbly Lindsay Mendez plays writer Mary, who has long yearned to be with Franklin, but to no avail. We see the revival's creative staging on screen, as a lively and very seasoned cast handles multiple characters with ease. If you love old school musicals, albeit with a structural twist, and have or had no chance to see Merrily We Roll Along on the Great White Way or London's West End, this is for you. Anyone else could take a flyer. Some folks just don't get musical theater. Caveat emptor, I enjoyed it. It's in select theaters.
All right. What else do you have?
Well, let's move on to something entirely different. Let's go to Fackham Hall. Now, say the title really fast, Mark.
Fackham Hall.
Yeah, right. That's exactly
I get it.
Right. This is the UK equivalent of a broad Naked Gun or Airplane-style comedy, only instead of parodying American police procedurals or disaster movies, they take on Downton Abbey type inbred aristocrats, post-World War I, with an Agatha Christie-ish murder mystery thrown in. The jokes, the puns, the visual gags, twists on latter-day references, and bawdy double entendres come fast and furious, minus any raced cars. Although I believe
ding bawdy. I never hear anybody use that
there's
word.
There's a vintage Duesenberg or Rolls-Royce on display here, but there are no Fast and Furious car chases. And the cast is pretty terrific. You get, for instance, Damian Lewis playing the patriarch of the family that runs Fackham Hall. Mm-hmm. You get, as his wife, the wonderful and talented Catherine Waterston. As the daughter that has to be married off to someone, or they're going to lose ownership of Fackham Hall, Thomasin McKenzie, really wonderful actress, and as her I guess her destined love, Ben Radcliffe. He's a poor boy who ends up working at you get the drill here.
Yeah, they give you the typical plot points that you find in these other.
But it is antic and crazy and rowdy and a lot of fun. Imminently forgettable when it's over, but he
liked Fackham Hall. What else do you have?
Directed by Jim O'Hanlon. So we wanted
he's a real thing. Yeah. Okay.
We credit where credit's due. One more quick note. It is in select theaters.
Okay.
All right, let's move on because we must. Let's see. Let's go to something you can watch on Netflix, and it's actually pretty worthwhile. And I know you don't want to leave your home, Mark.
No.
Okay, George Clooney is Jay Kelly, is George Clooney in filmmaker Noah Baumbach's latest, the Inside Hollywood dramedy Jay Kelly. It's pretty entertaining stuff, although as Baumbach films go, it isn't Marriage Story or The Squid and the Whale, superior films. Clooney at his most smooth and likable place. Kelly, a movie star with an uncanny resemblance to George Clooney. Mm-hmm. Now, how close is the resemblance? There is an actual Clooney show reel with his legitimate filmography on
that's
display.
wild. That's really wild.
There's a climactic Italian film festival tribute to Kelly and the stuff they show. And as he sits there and gets all emotional about watching it, it's all George Clooney stuff.
And Adam Sandler is in it?
Sandler plays his devoted, long accommodating to the detriment of his family life manager. And family life is actually at the heart of Kelly's own conflicts, as played out in his relationship with his two daughters. The older one, by the way, played by Riley Keough. She's a wonderful young actress, and she's the granddaughter of Elvis Presley. I don't want to
I didn't know that.
overstate the case.
What's her name?
Riley Keough. She's a wonderful actress. And that daughter is estranged. The younger one is more congenial as she's about to leave the nest. In some ways, this tries to infuse a bit of Fellini's 8.5 into its story of a movie lifer examining his choices down the road. As Hollywood satire goes, and there are moments they're pretty cool in that regard, but it's nowhere near as pointed as The Player. And its comedy is miles away from the raucous and hilarious series The Studio, but it has its moments, and Clooney and Sandler are supported by a selection of notable actors and actresses, including Emily Mortimer, who co-wrote the script with director Baumbach. She also plays the Clooney character's hairdresser. Billy Crudup is a frenemy from the acting class days of Kelly's youth. Laura Dern is Kelly's PR agent. Stacy Keach is his dad. Jim Broadbent is a late mentor. Patrick Wilson is a rival actor. Eve Hewson, I love her. She was so good in Bad Sisters. She is the first leading lady Kelly fell for. And, of course, Baumbach's partner Greta Gerwig is there as the wife of Sandler's character. And to keep the nepotism going, Sonny Sandler plays their daughter. It's actually fairly entertaining. It is in theaters, but it's now streaming on Netflix. I think it's okay to while away a couple hours watching it.
Yeah, you kind of liked it. Okay.
I kind of liked it.
I'm good with that.
All right. A Private Life is something that I found really intriguing. It's having a 1-week run in L.A. and New York City for award consideration. It is a French film and very much a low-impedance French mix of drama and mystery, and it benefits from two of the biggest male stars in France, Daniel Auteuil and Mathieu Amalric, playing opposite Jodie Foster, who speaks French fairly fluently.
She speaks fluently,
Yeah, she plays an American psychiatrist gone Parisienne. She has the French ex-husband, played by Auteuil, and a grown son, and a roster of patients, one of which is said to have committed suicide, which it suggests to her that that woman may have been murdered by her husband, played by Amalric. So thus we have kind of Hitchcock light.
Oh, that's really cool.
There are some.
Please tell me you like this.
There's some droll moments. I think it's okay.
I'm
not jumping for joy over it, but I did enjoy watching it.
Does it feel like a yarn, like a murder yarn, or not really?
It feels like a bit of a throwaway, but it does charm like similar French films of its ilk. It was directed and co-written, and I will say this in wry fashion, by Rebecca Zlotowski, the French director and writer. And so, it's a little different from Jodie Foster. We're used to seeing her in big budget Hollywood stuff or deep dramas that, are shot here in the States or elsewhere. So it's nice to see her out of her usual element, and she delivers in that regard. Is it great? No. Did I enjoy watching it? Yes. A Private Life is in New York and LA for a week. If you want to see it in theaters, it'll be opening wider in January. Okay. This is something that's kind of an outlier, but I was really intrigued by it. We have a lot of really talented people doing a lot of work that isn't groundbreaking or earth-shaking, but let's give them their cred for doing it. 100 Nights of Hero is a somewhat diverting, decidedly ephemeral mix of feminism, Chaucer, Boccaccio-style tale-telling and fantasy.
Oh, my God. It just sounds like it's so...
It's set in a world where 3 moons shine by night, one of them purple, and through the years, society follows the woman-subjugating whims of a mythic creator called Birdman.
There's a lot going on here, man.
I know. That Birdman, no relation to Alcatraz or to Michael Keaton's character.
He's a mythical character.
And this guy, Birdman, is played by Richard E. Grant in the preface and in a kind of epilogue.
Wow, Richard E. Grant is great.
No, I mean, the cast is something great. No women in this movie are permitted to read or write, so those that do and tell stories rather than cleave to their husbands and procreate are prosecuted. So we have Maika Monroe playing Cherry, who's sort of a princess type who's kept under the thumb of her husband. who then leaves her with her maid, Hero, played by Emma Corrin, and a friend of his, quote unquote, named Manfred, played by Nicholas Galitzine, who's kind of an English heartthrob actor. And of course, this weird triangle starts generating a little bit of heat. So the question is, will they or won't they? There's a real kind of Emma Corrin's portrayal of Hero has a real Kristen Stewart vibe. You kind of know she's playing for the gay team and whatever. And we want to see whether Monroe's character, Cherry, is going to go for that or go for the swain that's living in the same castle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get Charlie XCX as Rosa, who is a character in the story told by the Hero character. And co-producer Felicity Jones plays... she's the voice of the narrator, and she plays the embodiment of the moon. It's in select theaters. I think it's got a specific kind of audience, and I enjoyed watching it, and I thought it was kind of creative and ambitious. Again, not great, but I can't really say anything bad about it,
Yeah.
It's in select theaters, and I hope your theater is selected.
All right.
And
finish up with something, Michael, as we have to
I'm going to
wrap.
give you something good.
All right.
La Grazia. Now, I'm a big fan of director and screenwriter Paolo Sorrentino from Italy. La Grazia, to be honest, is not my favorite of his films. That would be The Great Beauty or The Hand of God.
Oh, sure. You really like that.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, indeed. This is comparatively low-key for Sorrentino, but there are plenty of quiet delights throughout, and a typically masterful performance by the great Tony Servillo as Italy's outgoing president, who is dealing with the various challenges he faces as he leaves office and as he tries to kind of tidy up his legacy. And his most trusted ally is his daughter. And this is kind of a thoughtful rumination on civic duty and honor, and it's gorgeous to look at, which is to be expected in a Sorrentino movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in select
Rumination's
theaters.
a ding word.
La Grazia, it's in select theaters. I would assume it may be one of those nominees that Italy puts forth for the Academy Awards, and just a postscript, because I feel it's been out for a week in New York and it's coming out in Los Angeles. At 2 hours and 38 minutes, The Secret Agent requires patience, but it is rewarded with a wild tapestry of criminal escapades, political intrigue, and personal drama amid an exotic setting. It's the end of the 1977 carnival season in Brazil. So Wagner Moura plays tech whiz Marcelo, who's on the run and trying to get out of Brazil with his young son before government agents and other unsavory types in the politically unstable country catch up to him. As such, there are moments of quiet tension, bursts of violence, and a bit of dark humor. And by the way, the late, great German actor Udo Kier makes one of his final appearances here, playing an ex-Nazi who escaped to Brazil after World War II. This is rich, and it takes a little while to get through, but it's worthy. And it won Best Director at Cannes for director Kleber Mendonça Filho, and Best Actor for our hero of the story, Wagner Moura. So that's it. It's in select theaters.
It's in select theaters. The Secret Agent, Wagner Moura. Takes a while to get there, but Michael says you're going to like it when you get there. That's The Secret Agent. La Grazia is the Paolo Sorrentino offering, director of The Great Beauty. He says this is a beautiful film as well, La Grazia. And says not as great as The Great Beauty, but it's got its own magic.
It does.
He likes it. 100 Nights of Hero is the male-dominated society. It struck me that there's a lot going on. Felicity Jones, a narrator, a character, and Emily Corrin.
Emma Corrin is good.
Emma Corrin. I don't know.
It's not. For
it didn't sound like it was for me. But you said you buy the premise, you buy the bit.
Exactly.
A Private Life, which did sound intriguing to me, is the Jodie Foster starring offering, and she is a psychotherapist, I guess, who has a patient who might have had something to do with a murder.
She might have committed suicide. That's what they say. But
might have committed suicide.
But Foster's character, her psychiatrist, believes the husband was responsible.
I see. Okay.
And you get Matthew Almeric as the husband.
But Matthew is her patient. Is he not?
No, Matthew Almeric is the husband of the patient.
Right, the husband of the patient. And
yes.
I see. I'm sorry. No. Okay.
And Danielle Auteuil, the great Danielle Auteuil, plays her ex-husband, not the patients, but the doctors.
All right. Well, it sounds like there's a lot going
you're going to have to pay attention. Don't watch it when you're sleepy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's in New York and L.A., and it'll be opening wide in a couple of weeks. Jay Kelly is the offering written by Noah Baumbach, George Clooney. It's an inside Hollywood comedy. Clooney is terrific in playing the kind of smooth Hollywood star. Adam Sandler plays his manager. The daughter played by Riley Keough, who is the
granddaughter of Presley.
Granddaughter of Elvis.
She has her own life. You know,
Yeah,
her father, Danny Keough, is a musician, and she took that guy's name.
All right. Has its moments. He likes it. Jim Broadbent's in it. Greta Gerwig, of course. And Michael says it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
entertaining.
I was entertained. It's not none of these films are greatness.
Thackeray is the UK equivalent of Naked Gun. Takes on Downton Abbey. Damian Lewis is there with Catherine Waterston, Thomas and Mackenzie, Ben Radcliffe, and directed by Jim O'Hanlon. Michael says you'll enjoy it, especially if you like that kind of thing. Send ups on those things that you mentioned.
Disposable fun. I think Downton Abbey fans will have a ball watching it.
Merrily We Roll Along is the Broadway revival of the Stephen Sondheim offering. Jonathan Groff, Daniel Radcliffe, Lindsay Mendez. If you're a fan of Broadway and Sondheim, you like this kind of thing, you will like this a lot. A lot of the original cast members there to bring it to life on the screen. Merrily We Roll Along. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is... I didn't ask you. You don't need to see Freddy's 1 to have...
You don't need to see either of them, Mark. That's the point I was trying to make.
Freddy's 2. This is Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is awful. The audio animatronics, they come to life. Wayne Knight's in it. Josh Hutcherson's in it. But it doesn't matter who's in it because it's all not working.
Dumb,
and
clunky.
Michael says miss it if you possibly
And, know, we love tearing stuff down. We have to... I relish it. So if I go a little long when I'm attacking something, it's just in the interest of...
I might have... maybe, I don't know, I can't. Maybe you start with something good, but maybe not. Maybe you start with something bad.
This is the biggest release of the week in movie theaters. There's nothing comparable to it across the board.
I get it.
And so that's unfortunately how I felt I had to start. Yeah. Next week, we'll lead with the new Avatar film because that's the big banger.
Of course. That is exciting. All right. Well, if you have nothing more, Michael, we are way over time.
We've exhausted it. We'll talk about TV stuff next week, maybe.
All right. I'm excited about that. So without any further delay, Michael, I'd like to mention to people that you can be read. A lot of your material, I think, is really coming to life on the written page. And that is Voice... what is it again? TheVoiceSF.org. You can also dig into the archives of the MarinaTimes.com to find coastal commuter columns. And I will be at La Luz de Jesus tonight for an art opening. If you're in town, it's on Hollywood Boulevard, and it's always a blast. Are a culture creature in two cities on the West Coast, Los Angeles and San Francisco. I wish you the very best. He comes and goes on a rainbow. Bye-bye, Michael. Shout out to the Remarkables. Love you all. Oh, that's so sweet.